We used to crate her while Earmuff's mom had sex,
which
was crazy because she would like moan, not moan, but like not my girlfriend, the dog, would whine. She would cry while we had sex. My girlfriend, not the dog. Obviously, my girlfriend always cries when we have sex. And then the dog would be totally fine. No, the dog would cry while we had sex because she just didn't like her crate. And
did you move the crate out of the room?
Well, no, you need the crate in the bedroom while she's a baby.
Why?
Because we need to know when she's up and we have to attend to her if she's crying.
So you're in the middle.
We don't have like a baby monitor.
So you're in the middle of having sex, and then the dog starts to cry. So you immediately do what?
Keep going.
There you go. So why can't you move the crate outside of the room?
Oh, you mean just for the sex?
Yeah.
Well, it's not very sexy to like, okay, let's position the apartment in a sexual orientation.
Okay.
Sexual orientation. That would be a good, like, sexual orientation's like a good reality TV show for an interior designer for swingers. Welcome back to potentially, we wonder if this podcast is called Mommy Issues with Luca Zelnick and my mom. Mom, welcome to the podcast yet again.
Thank you, Lucas, for that warm welcome.
Today on the podcast, we will, I guess, start with advice. First of all, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm good.
Great. well, with that out of the way.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Do you want to just jump right into it then?
Sure, let's jump in. We were talking about your childhood a few minutes ago, but now let's
We were talking about my childhood?
Yeah.
When were we talking about my childhood? When you say a few minutes ago, were you trying to refer to the last episode we recorded?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, is there anything that's burning that you want to talk about with regard to my childhood before we start?
I'm going to think about that and get back to you. Let's start with some advice.
Okay,
questions.
Here we go. This is from a future listener.
Okay.
Assuming this gets released.
Yeah.
Hey, Lucas. I do need some advice. My boyfriend and I adopted this beautiful 8-year-old Samoyed from the Humane Society a month and a half ago, and we just moved into our own place, and everything's been great. The only issue is the dog will not stop barking and trying to get in between us.
I'm glad she said the dog, because I thought she said an 8-year-old Samoan. And I was like, okay, all right. That's a big step for you and your boyfriend, going straight to an 8-year-old kid. But
when it's time for coitus. And I'm not
Sorry,
sure
let me back that up.
The only issue is the dog will not stop barking and trying to get in between us when it's time for coitus. And I'm not sure what to do about that, because she's just, I don't know if she's protective or if she's jealous, but it's kind of just ruining our lives, and I need you to tell us what to do. Thank you very much.
Well, you got to fuck the dog. I mean, I think that goes without saying.
That was your answer, and mine was, of course, you have to give up fucking altogether, so.
What's your actual answer? Well, you've never had a dog, and you wouldn't let me have... No, you would have let me have it. Would we have had a dog if Dad wasn't so adamant?
Let's talk about your horribly deprived childhood.
Well,
dog. Oh, my God, Mom, I've been on the couch working this out for years that you wouldn't let me have a dog.
It is true. You give a kid everything, but all they can think about is the things they didn't get. You would not let us have a dog.
That is correct.
But would we have had a dog if Dad hadn't said no?
What were Daddy's words? Do you remember?
Me or the dog?
No, he has said that in the past.
He definitely threatened.
He definitely said, no, it wasn't a threat. He said, bring home a puppy.
Yeah.
And you'll see what happens. I'm going to move into a hotel that night. And then if you keep the dog, I'm going to continue to live in the hotel. And if you give the dog away, I'll be back that night. So he was pretty clear about that. And his other tagline was, no more living things.
No more living things.
Yeah, he felt that the 3 children we had were enough of a...
After the last one was mentally disabled.
Oh, looky. He's just said, I can't take on any more living
Actually,
things.
This reminds me, but we'll come back to the advice. But do you remember the time when... So I think it was like around April Fool's Day, but I was probably a senior in college, and I remember I was in finals. and I really wanted a dog. So it might have been senior in college, or maybe I was even in business school. I really wanted a dog, and I decided the best way that I was going to do this was I was going to tell you guys that I got a dog so that I could like suss out your reaction. Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
So I called you and I said, listen, I have a dog. And this was like, I had no place to live other than your house. It must have been college, and I was planning to move back home maybe like right after college. And I was like, so I have a dog, and the dog needs to move in with us. Dad got really upset. You found it funny. You were like laughing, and then Dad got really, really upset. And then you guys texted me like an hour later, and you were like, Dad is so upset. He's gone out for a drive, and he won't speak to me. And then you said he's staying in a hotel tonight. He's left home, and he won't communicate with me or speak to me at all. And he's staying in a hotel tonight.
Were we fucking with you?
Well, you're kind of jumping the punchline there, but
So jumping the shark,
I was, yeah. I mean, you were totally pranking me.
Yeah.
You decided that because I had lied to you, because I folded. I was like, oh, okay, I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog. You don't have to be mad anymore. And then you decided that because I had fucked with you, you were going to fuck with me back. But I was during finals, and I remember you called me and you're like, it's been like 20 whatever years of marriage with your father, and he's never left the house like this, and I'm a mess, and like I think this could be it for us. And I was in finals, and I was like, if you're joking, like please tell me now, because I'm studying for exams, and I like this is like really emotionally distracting to me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and I just want to take it back. And you stopped responding to me. Both of you stopped responding to me. And it was like 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
And I was totally thrown off all of my, and then you guys were like, nah, we were just kidding. We didn't even care really. And I was like, come on. And you're like, well, if you fuck with us, we'll fuck with you back.
It serves you right. But maybe I'm making this childhood memory up, but I don't think so. You were all over us to get a dog. So we said to you, okay, fine. We have a surprise coming. I don't think we actually said it was a dog, but we maybe intimated
Heavily
it was a dog.
implied. Yes, this is not a fun memory from my childhood.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's not like you can't talk about it. But I never found this funny.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay, why don't you tell your version of it then?
Well, I think we're telling the same story. That it was my birthday.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this. I think this is kind of fucked up. We'll let you guys be the judges of this. I really wanted a dog. I was desperate to have a dog. I don't know. Now that I have a dog, I gotta say, I'm not glad you didn't get me a dog, but I certainly didn't know what I would have been getting in for.
How much responsibility it is.
Yes. I think there was an element of wisdom from your, well, it's not wisdom so much as it's, you guys knew that you weren't up for it. And if you weren't up for it, certainly I could not have handled it as a 13-year-old. As an 8th grader in school with a social life, I couldn't have been the caregiver for a dog.
You're barely doing it as a 30-year-old not in school without a job.
I have a job.
What's your job?
Why are you saying without a job?
What is your job exactly?
I'm a stand-up comedian.
Really? And that's a job? What? I don't understand. Show me in the lexicon of
what
job
do you count as a job? That I make money or that I go to work in the mornings?
Go to work in the mornings.
Okay, well that's, by that standard, half of my generation doesn't have a job.
Correct.
So what? Are you saying sex workers don't have jobs? Be careful.
Oh.
Be careful.
Okay, back to your birthday and your trauma.
Because sex workers don't always wake up at 9 a.m. unless they have a client with a weird kink.
Okay.
So anyway, I couldn't have handled it, obviously. But I wanted a dog really badly. And also, by the way, you guys totally could have hired a person to be the keeper of the dog.
Oh, my God.
I'm not saying you should have. I'm just saying you had 2 cleaning ladies, so I feel like you could have had, a dog.
Okay, we had 1 cleaning lady. And also, we could have...
Hold on.
Also...
Hold on. You want to really lie about the number of cleaning ladies you had?
I think we only had 1.
You don't think we had 2? You don't think we had... Francesca and Nilda, and then Yolanda and Francesca. And, I mean,
wow.
Listen, I'd use their fake names, but I think it's very important that you guys hear their names.
Well, plus...
Say their names.
Wait.
Hashtag say their names. Where were we? Oh, right. So I couldn't have handled a dog, but I really wanted a dog. And you guys did this thing when, first of all, as parents, you were pretty good parents. You did a lot of like, you'd give us the things we wanted almost always, but you'd do a little like foot stomping around it. And then you'd kind of,
And then give in?
You especially
Right.
would say no. And then you'd be like, no, 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 maybe. Maybe if you do this, then, and then you would give in.
Okay. The reason that happened is because I would say no for the first 20 times, and you were so fucking relentless that by the end, I just gave in. It was survival to give in to
Well,
you.
you were a pushover, and we found that
I was
out.
not a pushover until the 20th time you asked.
That's what a pushover is.
Most people don't ask 20 times.
Dad developed it all. It's all about the reputation that a parent has. Dad developed the reputation of yes means yes, and it's almost always yes, but no also means no. And if you ask like once and it's a no, whatever. If you ask twice and it's a no, like you got your head bit off. So it was like, that's enough.
So I should have bit more.
Well, I don't know. I didn't mind that you were a pushover. It was kind of like a fun game. It was like I could work on you for a thing. But
I'm glad you were having fun.
So anyway, you were showing signs of pushing over.
On the dog?
On the dog. And then Dad was sort of like alluding to like maybe we got you something that you're really going to like, something that you've really been asking for. And you guys still think this is funny. I didn't think this was funny at all.
Well, the good news is you're going to therapy after this, so you can bring it up
I do
if
have
you
therapy
want.
today.
So you can
discuss. It's a good time to go back into my childhood.
I think you should dive deep. Go ahead.
So he was like, yeah, we got you something you're really going to like. And then, and it was my birthday. It was my birthday, and it was like, I don't know what birthday, but it was like a young, somewhere between 10 and 13, I want to say. Like it was a birthday where I was still very much a kid, probably not even 13.
I agree with that. It probably was
maybe even like 8 to 11 sort of thing.
Yep.
And I was so excited, I remember. And then Dad gave this to me, and he gave me a robot dog.
Yeah.
Like a shitty...
It wasn't shitty. It was
2000s.
It was cutting edge robot.
It was a 2000s robot dog. Yeah, let's pull this up.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it was.
Yeah, it looks very similar.
That's the dog from Jimmy Neutron that we have on the monitor. Let's get a real image and see if we can find it. It actually, I remember it had like rubber skin.
Really?
And and the reason why I remember that. So 2 things happened. One is I felt, you'll never understand that this is how I felt. I cried. I've actually talked about this in therapy. Everyone thought I cried because I didn't get what I wanted. And that's not why I cried. I cried because I thought Dad especially really thought that would make me happy, or that was what I wanted, and I felt really misunderstood, and I felt guilty that we were missing each other like that. Like he thought that's what I wanted, and I thought that was a miss, that didn't really see me in what I was asking for, and I felt really like guilty about that miss, and that made me cry.
By the way, for all of you who cannot see him on camera right now, it looks like you might cry a little bit right now.
No, I'm not going to cry right now.
A little cry?
No, I'm not a baby. I wouldn't cry. You look like you're going to cry, baby.
I find childhood memories and how vivid they can be and how powerful they can be and how you can retrieve them from here you're a 30-year-old non-working man, but you're still.
You still hesitate to say man, like you
No, it was the working
you
part.
you almost said boy,
Yeah.
but then you were like, well, 30-year-old boy doesn't really make sense as a phrase. So
I
you
think
said
for
man.
parents, your kids are always your kids. I mean, even though I'm looking at you, I still see the little boy in you.
Sure.
Anyway, so I just find how vivid a memory can be and how you can pull it up and how it can still be so painful and powerful to be.
I remember because I was crying, and I remember the layout of that room, that there were 2 twin beds. So I remember I was lying in my twin bed and I was crying, and then everyone thought
Where were we?
67th Street.
Okay, yeah.
And then I was crying, and I remember...
Did Daddy make fun of you and say, you pussy, I can't believe you're crying?
No,
Okay.
Dad felt bad,
Oh.
but he but he thought I was crying because I didn't get what I wanted.
Right.
And that made me feel more
Misunderstood.
not misunderstood.
Oh.
Because I was like, I'm not so spoiled that I'm going to cry over not getting a thing I want. But I felt like it was, I just felt like it was a miss. And then the worst part is I felt so guilty, like I should want this thing, that I tried playing with this robot dog. And it was just not a good toy. I mean, it just wouldn't. First of all, it was kind of like, I don't know how much it cost, but it was not like the $50 version. It was like the probably $250 version.
Right.
And so it was like I remember it was like a little too sophisticated for what I was looking for. Like it was like you can train it with certain commands.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to train this. I remember trying to pet it and it had rubber skin. And it's like
Right.
my hand was getting caught and making that like squeaky noise that gives me the chills.
Yeah.
And so I tried to play with it for a little bit and I was just like, no, this is not a dog.
I think Cooper made fun of you too.
Yeah.
Do you remember Cooper at all in that story?
No, I don't remember Cooper in that story.
Okay.
Cooper's my brother. I feel like, I don't know if we've said that. How did we get here? So they have a dog, the robot dog.
Oh my God.
Oh, the April Fool's Day. Well, you guys fucked with me a lot on April Fool's Day growing up. And I think that this one was funny, but I gotta be honest, this one was also a huge bummer for me.
Right.
Is when I was, what age was I? At this time, I was definitely older, but I was a little too young to know that you were fucking with me because I should have known biologically this would have been an impossibility at this point. But on one April Fool's Day, you guys sat me down and told me you were pregnant.
I
again.
remember that.
And
Are
I
you sure it
was-
was April Fool's?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like 14, maybe.
Right.
So you would have been, what,
90?
like 46 or whatever?
Right.
Maybe whatever. Like just a little too, no, wait, 46 feels
That's okay. You don't have to do the math.
52, 54 maybe. How old are you now?
None of your beeswax. Keep going.
You're fucking old.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
I know.
But you told me you were pregnant and I got so excited.
Oh.
I was really a gullible person. Still am.
You are
sort
still
of.
gullible.
Yeah.
You're very trusting and genuine and naive, sweetly naive in a lot of ways.
I am. I'm very trusting. Well, here's why is because I don't really lie. So it's hard for me to understand when people do because I'm not good at it and it doesn't come to me naturally. So I usually assume people are telling me the truth.
But you prank all the time. You call me up and tell me shit that just isn't true, and then you say,
Give me an example.
I can't. I wish you wouldn't have said that.
I could tell on your
Oh,
face
God.
that you didn't have an
You
example
remember?
ready to
And
go.
I used to say all the time, are you serious or are you just fucking with me? I say that to you a lot. You call me up with something.
I mean, maybe like prank you for a moment, but I think lying and pranking are different.
I agree.
Because pranking, you always have the intent to come clean.
Well, I think you would have figured out 9 months later that I wasn't pregnant, so I was definitely pranking.
Well,
Not
no,
lying.
but that's not even. Yes, I agree, but I'm susceptible to pranks because I just don't. It doesn't occur to me that someone's gonna be dishonest usually.
Right.
So I've fallen victim to many pranks, even recently. Fucking Jamie Wolf.
Yeah.
My dear friend is a comedian, was pranking me so much when our first tour together. I think I told you this one that we had a gig in Portland together, and he fucking we would switch off. We had a business card that was like would pay all the expenses of our tour. So whether I called the Uber, he called the Uber, it didn't matter. So he was like, okay, I'll get the Uber from the airport to the thing. And then a car pulls up and we get in and the driver starts going insane. He's driving like very erratically. He's screaming. He's like, he was saying like some Nazi stuff and just like insane stuff. Like screaming at the top of his lungs in the car. And I'm looking and like speeding up and then jamming to a stop. And I'm looking at Jamie like I don't know what's going to happen here. Is this okay? And like I'm counting down the seconds before we get to our location. We get to the house and we get out of the car to get our bags and he starts following us in the house.
The driver.
Right. And then Jamie was like, oh yeah, that's my cousin. We're staying with him. And because we were staying at Jamie's cousin's house.
Oh my
And Jamie
God.
arranged it perfectly so that his cousin was going to pick us up from the airport, but his cousin pretended to be our Uber driver and then just fucked with me the whole time. And I was like totally bought it. And it was the guy acted so crazy that for the next like 30 minutes, I was like, I can't even see you as Jamie's cousin yet. I see you as like our insane Uber driver. Because then he was like, sorry, that was hilarious. And I was like, yeah, that was pretty funny, but holy shit, that was terrifying.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, easy to get fucked with. Okay, so
Yeah.
your advice for our listener.
I thought you should start because you have a dog.
I do have a dog. So your dog's 8. My dog is 6 months old. So we've had a little bit more experience sort of training her. We used to crate her while Earmuff's mom had sex.
Oh, God.
Which was crazy because she would like moan, not moan, but like not my girlfriend, the dog would whine. She would cry while we had sex. My girlfriend, not the dog. Obviously, my girlfriend always cries when we have sex. And then the dog would be totally fine. No, the dog would cry while we had sex because she just didn't like her crate.
Did you move the crate out of the room?
Well, no, you need the crate in the bedroom while she's a baby.
Why?
Because we need to know when she's up and we have to attend to her if she's crying.
So you're in the middle.
We don't have like a baby
too
monitor.
graphic. So you're in the middle of having sex, and then the dog starts to cry. So you immediately do what?
Keep going.
There you go. So why can't you move the crate outside of the room?
Oh, you mean just for the sex?
Yeah.
Well, it's not very sexy to like, okay, let's position the apartment in a sexual orientation.
Okay.
Sexual orientation. That would be a good, like, sexual orientation's like a good reality TV show for an interior designer for swingers.
Oh, Lucas, I think
Sexual
you're onto a reality
orientation.
TV show.
It's
Yeah.
like, okay, we put the love swing over here. Welcome back to sexual orientation.
Feng Shui.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's feng shui for swingers.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Guys, mark that down. HGTV, give us a call if you're interested in sexual orientation. I think that's a pretty good idea. Okay, so at first that's what we were doing. But we couldn't let her. So we didn't move the crate out of the room and we couldn't let her out of the crate. Still, I would say we're starting to be able to just like let her roam free out of the crate. But when you have a puppy, if you let him out of the crate, you come out to the room and there's pee, poop, and she's like torn up something. So nowadays, like, I would say if we know that she's peed and pooped, and we'll let her go out there, but it's still like we could maybe get our shoes chewed out.
Okay. This has taken a rather scatological turn, which is okay, but that's not what the question was.
I don't think that our listeners would know what the word scatological means.
Okay. Well, feel free to.
Referring to poop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are you insulting your listeners?
Our future listeners, right now we have none.
Okay.
So definitionally, they don't know what scatological means. But
fine.
once this is released, yes, I'm insulting their intellect.
Well, I don't think they should put up with this. Just
Listeners,
so you know.
write in. Do you know what
Anyone,
scatological
Thank you.
means?
If you know what scatological means,
Let
then
us know.
please
Keep us
text
posted.
or DM Lucas immediately
Thank you.
and prove my point that you're all highly intelligent and not just crushing on Lucas. Please
Yes.
continue.
Thank you.
Okay. Back
So
to the
that's what we would
question.
do at first, and then I gotta be honest. I pretty quickly built the ability to fuck while a dog was crying in my ear. It was like day 1, I was like, I can't do this, and day 20, I was like, I think I'm a porn star. Like I think I could do this with cameras on. I think I could do this with fire trucks circling, and yeah. So anyway, but then now what we do.
Are any of the listeners, potential listeners, hypothetical listeners,
Yeah.
thinking, how is Lucas talking about sex in front of his mother?
Probably.
I'm thinking that, so maybe
Probably,
some of you are.
probably. Yeah,
Thank
are.
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
it is
please.
crazy, but
It's a
you know, we have to kind of break down these walls if we're gonna have a podcast
Okay,
together. So
yeah.
I'm just kind of taking the first step.
Okay.
I'm doing a trust fall into your arms, hoping that you'll hold me as I talk about sex.
Okay, please continue. Yeah.
That was weird to say.
That was
but
also.
Now what we do is we give her a chew. She has these like bully rings that take a while to chew that she
Is
loves.
there a Valium, Ativan, or any other kind
Nope,
of
just
sleep?
a chew,
Okay.
and then we go away for
4 or 5 minutes.
45 seconds, and then we're back,
Uh-huh.
and that's it. So what I would say is find something your dog loves, like a chew. Oh,
You missed a point. Their dog is in the bed with them.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
guess
is-
do you guys have a 1-bedroom or a studio? It sounds like you might have a studio apartment, because I feel like the obvious answer is just close your bedroom door, but you might not have a bedroom door. If you don't have a bedroom door, gosh, I didn't even think about this. If you don't have a bedroom door
or a bathroom door,
well, no, you can't really throw a dog in the bathroom.
why?
Um,
Why don't you fill the tub, let them take a little swim?
put a toaster in there, kill your dog.
It could be, yeah.
You just can't really put a dog in the bath, especially when you're like trying to build trust with it.
Thruple? Is the word thruple coming to mind?
Thruple is kind of what the first thing I said. I should say you should fuck the dog.
Right.
Well, what's your advice? What would you
Well,
say?
You're reminding me of a couple I used to know. She was a very good friend of mine, and her husband, ex-husband, I might add, was a complete fucking sociopath and a psychiatrist. And I remember thinking over the years, I just got to call the American psychiatric something and report him because the story she told me, one was crazier than the next.
Give me a good example of a story that made you know that the husband was psycho.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He was having an affair,
Yeah.
and he was.
Is this the same couple you were referring to a couple episodes ago
No.
having an affair?
No.
How many?
Oh, no.
How many couples do you know that have had affairs?
Apparently, every couple I know.
Really?
No, I forgot about this couple until just
Wait,
now.
can I ask you that question because I'm actually curious? Of all your friends that you know that have been married a long time or tried to be married a long time and got divorced, what percentage would you say had affairs pop up in the marriage?
Acquaintances, very, very close friends, intimate circle. Who are we talking about?
I would
here?
just include cast as wide a net as comes to mind of all the couples you know. So you stop where you
40%.
Really?
30%.
wow. I guess statistically it's like 50, right?
I don't know.
So 30 feels like that 20% is accounted for by people who didn't get caught.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or people who didn't tell me or that I didn't find out about. And also, for all I know, 100% of my friends have had affairs, but nobody's talking about it.
Wow, that's
But
a lot.
That's a lot.
Is it normal? What's it feel like at this age? Do you feel like
God, I hope not.
Do you feel like when you're this age, and this might refer to your reaction to this or your friend's reaction, I'm always curious about this. Is there grace given to like, you know what, we've been married a long time, this happens, people have attractions, or is it still like high school, I can't believe I got cheated on, this breaks my heart?
I think it depends who the person is. And I bet if you asked me the question and asked your father the question, you'd have two completely different answers, which I know for a fact. So the answer is, I think you can't make a blanket statement. And to me, it's about trust. So can you overcome that and trust the person again? Do you want to live with somebody that you think you're always looking over your shoulder? Do you not care because you think, it's been so many years, it's all
this
okay?
This is what happens.
Yeah,
people
I don't know.
Move on and
I
get bored.
don't know.
Wow.
And I don't know how many of the divorces I know about were sparked because there have been affairs. No idea. And I have a very strong point of view about people who have affairs or long-term affairs and don't get out of their marriages. It's just cowardice. I think that's cowardice. And because I feel like if you're going to have a long-term affair, be honest with the partner and say, this is what I'm doing.
Oh, I see. The people conducting the long-term affairs, you're thinking, just get out. Like,
get out.
You're
not
done here.
Right. Or if you want to have your cake and eat it too, tell your wife or other partner, I'd like to have my cake. I want to have a cake and eat it too. At least I'm not a liar. I just find, to me, it's the lying as opposed to the cheating that's the worst. Because I also, like you, don't lie. I can't lie.
Yeah. Okay, so
if I put a dent in the car, I have to immediately call Daddy and say, just want you to know.
I put a dent in the car.
Yeah. You won't know it. You'll never see it.
You almost lied to me as a kid about things, but I feel like you kind of got rid of it as
what?
a parenting tactic. Well, you used to lie to me about, like, you would tell, you'd try to feed me fish and tell me it was steak. And I was like, I know what fish is. I was like, I might be 7, but I know what fish is.
Yeah, but that was a time we still thought you could have possibly been, intellectually challenged.
Sure,
we didn't know if you were smart, not smart, all along the way.
But not to, like, throw anyone under the bus, but, like, you can cut this if you don't want. But, like, your sister took maybe a slightly different approach with her kids, that sometimes if she wanted her kids to do things, she would just kind of tell them something that wasn't. But you did this only a little with me, and I feel like I called you out on it, and then maybe you stopped. Or you got away with it.
That's not called lying, trying to get you to eat a food group that you don't like.
I think it's
like
certainly
saying
manipulation.
that broccoli it's a tactic. There's a big difference.
Lying
between...
can be a tactic. The two aren't mutually exclusive.
No, I disagree with you. I think that, by the way, I can't wait for both you and your brother to become
I'll
parents.
lie to my kids. I'm just saying I wouldn't lie to my kids and then turn around and be like, I never lie to my kids. I'll just lie to them.
Okay, well, I don't think that's called lying, saying that the tuna is steak.
Saying mistruths to young ones doesn't mean it's lying. I mean, you're young after all.
Okay, how did we get off on this? Oh, I know. Because this couple I know who are now divorced.
Oh, no, you were going to tell me a crazy story
Yeah,
that proved that the guy
he was
sociopathic.
having an affair. Their daughter found out, and he was paying her to not tell the mother he was having an affair. And he's a
Wow.
psychiatrist. Okay?
Paying her explicitly or like sort of
No, I
more in
think
a quid pro quo?
What would a quid pro quo look like?
Or like, I guess being like, can I get you anything? Is there anything you want? Or was
cash?
he like,
Cash?
or
Can
was
I give
he
you
like-
cash?
yeah, or was he like,
Yeah. I think
if
he
I
was-
give you this, you won't tell mom?
Yes.
And the daughter was agreeing?
Yeah. I mean, talk about a fucked up dynamic
Sure.
for a psychiatrist, not to mention any family, but
Right.
okay. So this couple had 2, 3, or maybe 4 dogs that I hate. Nothing personal, but I hate Wiener dogs. What are they called? Dachshunds?
Yeah.
I hate those dogs. Okay. And she used to tell me about how the 4 dogs were in bed with them when they were having sex. And it was like, that's just weird.
Wiener dogs, particularly.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I did sleep with a girl with a wiener dog one time.
yeah.
And the thing,
was in bed with you,
no, I mean, we tried to get it out of there.
but it had a wiener.
This is like a pretty graphic story.
I don't
want
wanna
to
hear
say in
it.
front of you. The
DM
dog,
Lucas if
the
you
dog
want
tried to
graphic
suck
story.
my dick.
Oh, Lucas!
And I didn't allow it,
Ugh.
no matter how good it would have felt. No matter how much I wanted that.
Oh my god!
Now, are those
oh,
called
no. Oh yeah, those.
dachshunds?
Oh, I hate those. Oh, dachshunds. Is that what they're called?
Dachshund. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
there you
I
go.
think British people pronounce it dachshund.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think those dogs.
They're
Are,
hilarious.
how did that even
What-
evolve that way with their head? Way
I don't know,
up
but they're
there?
so impractical. It's
beyond.
so funny.
Exactly.
But that now there's all these like mixes of them. They don't always look like that anymore with the short hair.
yeah.
So can we look up like a long-haired wiener
I
dog?
think that
Gabe?
long hair. I think that other one is long hair. Anyway,
Because some of these guys look hilarious. Oh yeah. These like, or let's go to the
at
next
least
one.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah,
So-
that guy. So there's a lot of like these little fuckers at the dog park.
Ooh.
First of all, they're a blast. They love to run around. Many of
Okay.
them are actually quite quick.
Despite their
Very good
aerodynamic
natured.
challenges.
Yeah, they're very good natured. They're very
Uh-huh.
friendly,
Uh-huh.
and they're very clingy, like emotionally. So they're like a nice dog if you just want like a total lap dog, like cuddle buddy, sort of thing.
But it can't fit in your lap. It's way too long.
No, these guys can be. You'd be shocked at how small they can be. They're
Really?
always longer than they are wide, but
Yeah.
they're.
So here's the other thing. I'm going to talk to your call-in person and you at the same time. Watching you with your dog is hilarious to me, but also such a preview for your parenting, how you're going to parent.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about this couple with their 8-year-old Samoyed, thinking
Wait, what's Samoyed? What is that?
you can look that up too. It's like it looks like a husky, doesn't it? A Samoyed.
How do you spell it?
S-A-M.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, very cute. And I think you can get like a midget Samoyed. So if it's small, you really could put it in the bathtub with water.
I don't think you can say midget.
Oh, sorry.
Small.
There.
That's a puppy.
Yeah, that's a puppy.
He's adorable.
But I think
A mini, you mean?
I don't know what you call them, but I have a friend who's got a little one that doesn't grow bigger.
Yeah. Like those little fuckers.
Yeah.
That's like
Anyway.
the quintessential like woman with plastic surgery dog. Yeah.
She keeps it in her little purse with
yeah,
her knitting
yeah.
needles.
She's got exactly. She
okay.
brings it to the fucking med spa.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. So the question to you and this woman who's called in:
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to have kids together? And are you going to be calling us in a couple of years after we have a hugely successful podcast here? And
Yeah,
just
once
people
we
are
hate
clamoring.
each other, we're so successful. My goal for this podcast is to be so successful it completely destroys our relationship. just a shell of who we once were, and we'll look back on these days fondly. Like, remember when we were able to sit in a room together?
Yeah. Okay.
Without completely resenting each other over the brand deal and the merch split that we
Did
determined.
you ever watch that TV show called The Two of Us?
No.
Anyone hear of it, see it? It's very funny.
No,
But
I wasn't
that's
alive
what
in the
reminds me.
50s.
Yeah, okay. We watched it last year.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, you mean the other two?
Yes, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
The other two.
That
That
one
was
I know.
funny, right?
I
Did
didn't
you watch it? And then the
I read
mother
the
has-
scripts
Why did you read the scripts?
because I work in comedy, so I get scripts for shows if I want.
Really?
But
Let's see which one it is. Yeah, that one. That
Yeah.
was very funny, that show. Anyway, if you can't figure out how to get your dog out of your bed and your bedroom, can I just make one piece of advice?
what if they have a studio apartment?
Don't have kids. Because if you can't parent your dog, don't even think about parenting real things that talk back to you, that maybe do things that, out of their own will as opposed to having...
Dogs have a great will.
They do have a will, yes.
I actually would say almost the opposite. If you're going to have kids,
Practice on a dog?
practice on a dog, because it's interesting. I'm now experiencing having responsibility for a living thing. And
Despite the fact that your girlfriend seems to have most of the responsibility and you just...
my girlfriend does most of the work for sure.
Correct.
Although, in fairness, that was the deal before we got a dog. I was like, I work a lot.
Okay, I'm going
And
to tell
I'm
you
not
a story.
ready.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
We had our first kid.
Mm-hmm.
And Daddy was doing exactly what he was still doing. He was traveling. He was working. And I said to him...
He doesn't travel as much anymore, but at the time.
At the time.
Sure.
Lots of traveling. Lots of work. Lots of work. And I said to him, I have a kid, and you have to come home a little more often now. And he said exactly what you said. What did you just say? That was the deal. You knew the deal when, when we started out. To which I replied, that was the deal then. This is the deal now.
Did you have a conversation before you had kids where he said, even once I'll have a kid with you, but I need to be able to be gone a lot?
Let me ask you a question. Even if we had, which we probably did not, as the child, does that sound right to you? Sorry, Lucas, Daddy can't come home for dinner for the next month or two because we explained to you that was the deal that Daddy and I made when I got pregnant, that he just wasn't going to be home.
It's not a very good deal for the child.
There you go.
So he said that was the deal, and you said what?
I said, that was the deal then. It doesn't work for me anymore.
And what happened?
First, we talked about getting a divorce.
Really?
Then, no, I'm kidding. But we had to, readjust. As any relationship is, you readjust along the way. So despite the fact that you said that to Kitty up front, I suspect neither of you fully understood the amount of time, effort, and responsibility it is to have a dog at home. You had no idea.
Neither of us understood.
Correct. So having not understood, you think it's still fair to say, sorry, that was the deal we arranged.
No. Well,
okay. Podcast is over. I think I made my point.
No, I think you're right. Well, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I can't stop doing the things I need to do
that's what
professionally
Daddy said. Yep, that's
over
exactly,
a dog.
That's what Daddy
Over a
said.
kid, I think it's different.
It's not. Why is it any different?
Are you now being the one angling that kids and dogs are the same? Because I thought you were kind of making fun of the fact that that you could draw a parallel between kids and dogs, but now it feels like...
No, I said to you, if you can't deal with the dog, don't have kids.
Well, I'm not
And
ready to have kids. This was a reminder that I'm not ready to have kids. But I learned a couple valuable things about parenting. First off, the feeling that I'm now adjusting to, that took me a minute, was doing a lot for a creature of any kind that doesn't at all appreciate it. That is like a tough...
Yeah.
That is a tough feeling.
Welcome to
And
parenthood.
the first 3 months, when the dog would fucking bite my hand or just not be chill with me or not show me love or all these things that I was kind of like, hey, bro, I'm like we still have a joke with the dog so the dog prefers Kitty because she spends much more time with her than I do. Mm-hmm. So when I tell her to come, but Kitty also tells her to come in a different direction, she listens to Kitty. Mm-hmm. So we have a joke where I go like, well, I paid for you. Mm-hmm. I paid your adoption fee, so come to me. Mm-hmm. But there is an element of truth under that where I'm like, I work so I can support this dog. So that
oh my God,
I
this
pay
is the age
for your
old.
food, I pay for your fucking... I am the provider and I'm home less as a result. And you do not appreciate what I do outside of the bounds of this home just because I don't take you on walks or
take you to Disneyland
or
show up for dinner at night.
Yes, then
is all of this sounding at all familiar?
But I never had a gripe. We've talked about this. I don't complain now about Dad being gone when I was a kid. And I'm not sure I did. Maybe Cooper did.
Well, for starters, two things you said are resonating. The first you said is that you just didn't appreciate quite how little he would appreciate everything you do for him. Did you say something like that?
So that one I understood why he feels that way.
Just so you know, we feel that way to this day.
I know.
Okay, the daddy and I still feel you really don't appreciate what we do for you still to this day on a daily basis.
Right, and I think that is, we do.
I do, no, and I think you should wake up every morning,
get
down on your knees,
I don't think there's enough
say, today I'm
we
going
could do that would make you feel appreciated because there's not enough words that you could say to someone.
But even one or two words would be a good
start. I wrote you a
start.
whole fucking thing.
How long ago?
2 months ago. I wrote you guys like a 5-6 page letter, gratitude letter. You recall? Oh, look who has a short memory now. No one remembers the letter. Talk about people not appreciating the things you do for them. You don't remember? I wrote you a whole letter. Thank you. And it took me a while. My hand was hurting. I wrote it out on the computer. Then I transcribed it to writing because you prefer handwritten stuff.
I do.
And look, and here we are at the table, whining. Oh, no one appreciates us. But that's how I feel. But then you just have to, I think parenthood is just being comfortable knowing that it's it is ultimately.
For eternity.
Yes.
Exactly.
And certainly the first 10 years of the kid's life or whatever it is, it's not even a question. Like the kids don't even have the capacity to say
that.
Thank you.
I agree with. 0 to 10, you get a pass.
So. But no, but I mean, it's not that we get a pass. It's just that you guys get no thanks and you have to do the most.
Correct.
So that's crazy. So then having any living creature that you have to do a ton of shit for is a kind of like exposure therapy to that feeling of
it's a leap.
I'm busting my ass. I'm not sleeping. I'm cleaning up shit and piss. I'm doing all this shit and no one is saying thank you. It's just work for a thing that you love and it's not giving anything back to you other than love. And sometimes it doesn't even give you that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we with the dogs?
So.
And the woman and the advice.
Well, you were saying something about the Samoan that they're not ready to have kids.
No, they should not have kids if they can't figure out how to navigate a dog.
Yeah, you got to give the dog so right now the dog wants to put like your boyfriend's penis in her mouth or whatever, like something. The dog won't stop getting in between you two coitally because it wants to be in there. So the thing the dog trainer told us is you got to like find a higher value thing than you guys having sex to exchange with the dog.
Xanax,
so that could be like a bully chew. No, I do not recommend drugging the dog.
Okay.
A bully chew or maybe a lick mat. Have you guys tried lick mats? Those are like you put a lot of like peanut butter and cottage cheese and different things and then freeze it and then you stick it to a wall and the dog will just go lick at the wall. And then if you do have a door, close the fucking door on the dog while it deals with these.
Ding, ding, ding.
You could get like slow feeders. There's all these things that like put food. I don't know how food motivated your dog is after 8 years. Maybe it's not. Mine is very food motivated, but she's a growing puppy, so all she wants is food. But like you could hide food. We have like a puzzle game for her where we put treats in it, and then she has to figure out how to move the pieces to get to the treats.
All parenting advice. Please continue.
Yes. Just distract these fuckers. Slink off. And then I think the last thing I'd say is you're gonna have to figure out how to come quickly. And this is a woman who wrote this in, so that is not an easy task, but. You're going to have to figure out how to come quickly or be okay without having an orgasm, which women famously are. You're going to have to figure out how to move quick because you will not get that much time no matter what. I think that's great. Do you have any parting?
We covered a lot of ground.
We did cover a lot of ground.
We covered a lot of your childhood.
We did.
We covered your disappointments. We covered your therapy.
We did.
We covered some trauma. We covered my feeling that, there's could be a lot more gratitude on your part. Did you hear that part? I'm just wondering.
Are you saying about the dog?
No. Okay.
I'm grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for you. I always tell you, but I truly
No, you don't.
I do, but I truly don't think there's enough that I could say.
Just try harder.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm going to tell one more story, and then we can end.
Okay.
I remember once sitting down with Cooper, who is our firstborn, and having a conversation with him about something where he wanted something or I had done something. And I sat down with him and I said, look, Coop, I've given this a lot of thought. I'm really, I don't, as a parent, because of the way I grew up, I've really spent a lot of time thinking about this. And so I'm a very intentional parent, and I very intentionally did something this way. And I'm really thinking about it. I want you to know it's not random. It's not, unpredictable. And I'm really trying very, very hard. And without missing a beat, Cooper said, try harder. That was it.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
try harder. That's our advice for you with the dog.
there you
try
go.
harder.
Try harder. Got it.
Mom, anything you want to plug?
Not this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That's been it for today. Thank you for joining us.